Hi everyone, and thanks for joining. This session, we're going to be introducing Google's VMware as a service. As your presenters today, I'm Corey Adolphus. I'm a VMware Solutions Specialist in Google Cloud, and I'm based in Melbourne, Australia. Also joining today is my co-presenter, Mark Fong, who will be talking to you a bit later on in this session. So today we're going to go through the problems enterprises face when they look to transform to the cloud, how Google addresses these problems through our new offering, VMware Engine, and the key scenarios where the service really helps. And then Mark will take a deeper look into how various Google Cloud services can improve the way you consume VMware. By now, we understand the benefits of the cloud, including the innovation and the agility benefits that it brings. And we've understood this for a few years, but when we look at the report card of cloud transformation, we find that most applications are still running on-premise. And we were wondering, why is that? And we spoke to a lot of customers to find out. And what we keep hearing over and over again is that customers often find cloud transformation projects are more expensive, time-consuming, and disruptive to their operations than they originally thought. So we sat down with them to try and understand why. It's not that straightforward. If you're writing a new application, then the cloud has a great set of tools and solutions to help you build it. But what if it's an existing application? Oftentimes, the existing app is written by someone else, like a third-party commercial app. And it's not just about running the application or the VM. IT does a lot. It does a lot more with the applications than just have a place for it to run. It creates plans for business continuity through backup and DR. It also creates operations and support structures through monitoring and logging and remote access for administrators. IT has to meet audit and compliance requirements as well. So to summarize, we realize that the key reasons to cloud adoption is slow, more so because IT needs to solve the problem more holistically than just finding a place to host your applications. So let's go ahead and put that in a bit more context. When you think about cloud transformation, you need to think about the amount of change that you are making in your deployment and in your operations. Are you changing or creating an app with modern application design? Think microservices, containers, and so forth. Are you changing the IT processes or creating new ones? If you're changing both IT and the app architectures, or if you're developing greenfield apps, then you can go directly to cloud native design using tools like Kubernetes or Google's Anthos. If you're keeping the app as is inside a VM, you can deploy the VM directly into the cloud. And this implies that you are changing some of the IT setup and some new procedures around backup and DR and operations to manage a cloud native VM. However, if you don't have the luxury of changing either, you can directly bring the workload into the cloud using VMware Engine from Google. So in talking with lots of customers, two factors stand out as key impediments. The fact that there's a lot of overhead to migration, to change the apps and the IT processes, as we saw, and the cost, the impact of making a platform change on your business. And as you saw, VMware Engine solves these problems. It's the ease of migration to VMware Engine. There is no change to the underlying VM structure, to the format, or the apps running inside them. You can migrate them directly to VMware Engine in Google Cloud and maintain continuity, no retooling required at all. It's also lower cost with this approach, since the environment is a dedicated VMware private cloud running inside Google. You don't have to allocate CPU and memory resources 100% to each of your VMs. Since not all the workloads run at full capacity and at full performance requirements all the time, there's complementary peaks and troughs. So you can use VMware's built-in platform overcommit capabilities so that you can actually have a higher density of VMs running on Google Cloud VMware Engine than native VMs running in the cloud. And this can really keep the costs a lot lower that we've found. So when should you think about the service? An example could be when you have a capacity event, such as maybe running into a end of lease for one of your data centers, or you are wanting to get out of the business of being in data centers and you want to move to cloud holistically. That's definitely a good use case for this service. Also, due to the private and dedicated nature of VMware Engine from Google Cloud, you can run some very high-end, high-performance workloads on this infrastructure. This is world-class infrastructure run at scale by Google. And the VMware stack has advanced and powerful VDI capabilities, which work absolutely hand in hand with VMware Engine. And this service is not just about getting VMware workloads into the cloud and stopping there. What you can also do is when you have these workloads migrated in and running side by side with the rest of Google Cloud and all of the capabilities that we provide, then you can avail yourself of some amazing technologies and some amazing solutions, which Mark will go into more details. And now customers have been working on this service already in preview. They've been getting some amazing first results, and they've helped guide how we're going to bring this solution to market. Customers like Deutsche Börse, they are like a stock market operator out of Germany. They found that the instant provisioning of VMware Engine enabled them to be a lot more dynamic and be able to burst their capacity when they had requirements to do so with their applications at varying times in operation. And one of the questions we often get is, can I just bring VMware or everything that I consume on it? How can I make my VMware consumption better in the cloud? And the answer is we offer full compatibility with all of the VMware ecosystem of tools, and not just tools provided by VMware themselves like Horizon and vRealize, but also the huge array of third-party software that has been built up over the years around the VMware ecosystem. Like if you already use Veeam for backup and recovery, or if you use Zerto for your disaster recovery, or you integrate NetApp storage into your VMware environment. All of this runs exactly the same when it's running on Google Cloud VMware Engine. And with that, now I'm going to hand over to my colleague, Mark. Over to you, Mark.
Thanks, Corey. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mark, and I'm a hybrid cloud specialist from Google Cloud. I call Singapore my home, but I regularly travel around Southeast Asia working with all my customers. I'm here today to talk to you about how you can supercharge your VMware environment on GCP. Specifically, we'll be exploring the various kinds of third-party service integrations that are possible with Google Cloud VMware Engine, or sometimes called GCVE. The first capability typically required after standing up a new environment is around observability and logging. Monitoring the performance and capacity of your new virtual data center is critical for your day-to-day operations. In addition to that, we make it extra easy for you to do much more detailed and complex analysis on both your metrics and your logs. And this is by allowing you to take that data and easily transfer it over to our big data and analytics tools such as BigQuery. And once you've done that, you have the full power of the cloud at your disposal to do much deeper analysis of your metrics and logs. The next service integration that we want to talk about is around data protection and backup. Since Google Cloud VMware Engine is a native VMware platform, we're going to give you full access to the vCenter through a process called privilege escalation. Essentially what that does is that we're going to give you vCenter administrator access for a short period of time. And during that window, you'll be able to create the necessary service accounts that you can then use to do the integration with those third-party software directly into VMware. That ensures that Google Cloud VMware Engine is fully compatible with all your existing software. For example, Corey has mentioned in the area of data protection and backup, we'll be able to support third-party integrations to software like Veeam, NetBackup, Commvault, or any of the other existing VMware partners that exist. At the end of the day, what this means for you is that we'll dramatically simplify and accelerate the deployment and build-up of your VMware platform running on the cloud. You're going to get the best of both worlds. You're going to be able to use your existing skills, use your existing knowledge and team and tooling, while at the same time be able to leverage cloud-native technologies, such as Google Cloud Storage, which is going to provide you unlimited, cheap archival storage. With things like Google Cloud Storage Archive tier, all you have to do is pay just 1.4 cents per gigabyte per year for your archive storage. That really is a perfect companion for backups, providing that ultra low cost, highly durable, and highly available archival storage. Another common service integration that our customers usually set up is around disaster recovery. Again, because we give you full access to the vCenter, we've made this extremely easy for you to set up. There are no special tweaks and no hacks that you need to do in order to get your existing backup disaster recovery software working with Google Cloud VMware Engine. From first-party software directly from VMware, we fully support the use of Site Recovery Manager together with vSphere Replication. We've also worked with other third-party service ISVs, such as Zerto, to certify and validate their software to make sure that it works perfectly well with Google Cloud VMware Engine. One key advantage to running your disaster recovery site on the cloud with GCVE is that the hardware is on demand and pay as you go. That means that you can easily have a warm DR site with just minimal hardware and costs. So during your normal operations, all you need to do is maintain a small cluster of vSphere on Google Cloud, ensure that your data replication is ongoing during this period. When a disaster strikes, once you initiate your failover, you can then quickly add nodes into your VMware Engine environment, and that will allow you to have sufficient capacity to run your full production workload right on the cloud. Looking past traditional integrations, now looking at containers and Kubernetes. Corey briefly mentioned Anthos just now. If you've not heard of Anthos, Anthos is Google's application platform, which is both multi-cloud and hybrid cloud, allowing developers to build just once and be able to run their applications anywhere. It turns out that Anthos on-prem runs on top of VMware vSphere as well. And because of that, you're going to be able to easily deploy Anthos on-prem on top of Google Cloud VMware Engine. But you may be wondering, why would you want to do that? Well, there could be a couple of reasons why it still makes sense. The first is the data services of your applications, and even your modern applications, are most likely still running in virtual machines today. That means that if you're able to co-locate your application containers together with your databases and data services, you'll be able to provide the lowest latency between your application containers and the databases that they depend on. Another possible reason is that you may want to maximize the utilization of your VMware Engine clusters. That will help to give you the best ROI on your investments. The last reason could be that running Anthos on VMware Engine is really just a stepping stone. It is an easy opportunity for your operations team to gain some experience working with Anthos. After which, once they've gotten the hang of it, they can easily then expand Anthos right into your on-premise data center location. Finally, the last integration that I'd like to explore today is around data analytics. Most of your workloads that you run in your VMware environment today will always come with a transactional database component. That means that once you've moved your workloads from on-premise into the cloud with VMware Engine, your databases themselves are also running in the cloud. This again means that it is extremely easy to do an extract, transform, and load of your transactional data straight into a cloud-based data warehouse for further analysis and visualization. GCP provides a full suite of data analytics services, from real-time streaming data pipelines using services like PubSub and Dataflow to more traditional batch-based data pipelines using services like Data Fusion. Ultimately, you're going to land all of that data into our cloud-based data warehouse called BigQuery. BigQuery is fantastic. It's a serverless, fully managed data warehouse with unlimited scalability. Once you have the data in the data warehouse, you then want to be able to analyze and visualize that. And Google has a solution for you too. Google provides a couple of options, from free Data Studio to options like Looker, or even simpler options like Google Sheets. So with the full suite of tools at your disposal, you can easily turn your transactional data into valuable business insights. So when you're looking at Google Cloud VMware Engine, what do you actually get? Let's explore that from two perspectives. From a hardware perspective, what you're going to get is that each ESXi host is going to come with 2 sockets of CPUs, each CPU having 18 cores each. We also provide a market-leading amount of both memory and storage, with 768 gigabytes of memory in each server and a whopping 20 terabytes of NVMe flash for your storage needs. From a networking perspective, we provide a full 100 Gbps of non-oversubscribed uplink capacity to our top-of-rack switches. Now, looking at the software perspective, Google Cloud VMware Engine essentially has 4 main components. The first being vSphere, which is your typical ESXi and vCenter server. The second component is vSAN, which provides the hyper-converged software-defined storage. The third component is NSXT, which gives the software-defined networking component of GCVE. And the final component is VMware HCX, which provides the application migration and mobility services. Some other notable characteristics of Google Cloud VMware Engine is that we provide the highest level of availability across any cloud provider. We provide a SLA availability of 4 nines. Google Cloud is also providing unified billing, contracting, and support for Google Cloud VMware Engine. What that means for you is that you only need to deal with Google Cloud for all of your cloud needs. And last but not least, Google Cloud VMware Engine is a fully cloud-native service. That means that you're able to consume VMware Engine at a flexible hourly rate. Or, if you want to lock in a really nice discount, you'll be able to sign up for either a 1-year or 3-year commit. So now that we've seen all the various features and benefits of running VMware in Google Cloud, when and where can you get it? Google is fully committed to bringing VMware Engine to all the locations where you need it most. Google Cloud VMware Engine is going to be generally available in the US starting the 30th of June. We'll then be bringing it all the way over to APAC, starting with Tokyo and Sydney in Q3 of 2020. And of course, my favorite, we'll be bringing it down here to Singapore by the end of the year. So, if you'd like to find out more about this service, you can go to the product page at cloud.google.com/VMware Engine. If you have any questions for the VMware Engine product team, you can also directly mail them at vmwareengine@google.com. And that's a wrap for today. Thank you for taking the time to listen to Corey and myself. We hope you enjoyed the session.